Howdy folks, Scott and Paulo here, and welcome to Live Equestrian. And today we're down at Whispering Meadows Equestrian Center. We are having the 2019 Fiesta, which is a celebration of the horse. It's really just a great opportunity for a bunch of friends and family and like-minded people to get together and enjoy each other, enjoy our horses, and rope cattle. It's a judged loop ranch roping. Really, it's a scored loop, and which is similar. And 2 days of different events to challenge. Really, everybody got challenged this year. Three-man doctrine, which is always a great event because it really gives you a chance to show off some fancy loops and just take your time with the cattle and do some pretty cool stuff that we work pretty hard on. Maybe not necessarily things you do every day out on the range, but this is a game we play.
Hey, I'm ready, hopping. I think my horse is ready. We've had the time of our lives here. The weather, God's given us a great sunny morning when it's supposed to be raining, so we're going to make the best of it.
So you were out there, I saw, with a flake of hay.
Well, in my world, you got to work smarter, not harder, You just got to do what you got to do to get it done. That's kind of the cowboy way.
I would clarify, you got to farm harder.
I wouldn't call it farming because, it wasn't driving a tractor, but you just got to do what you got to do to get it done. We're still horseback, so that's what counts, right?
Okay, there we go, man.
I like to laugh. I just like to have a good time.
I think we've had a great time here.
Oh, I've had a great time. It's been a lot of fun.
It's always a good time being here at Fiesta. And been here ever since the first one and only missed 2 in those 10 years.
We are doing live kids heel roping. So Mr. Mike Wiltsey is going to catch a head and then set this cow up. And these ladies right over here are all going to take their shot at roping heels. They'll set their trap and they got to handle their slack, pick it up. And this is a lot of their first time roping a live cow, so it's going to be a fun event to watch.
Yeah, we've had an awesome day of roping, man. A few bruised fingers and torn fingernails, but other than that, we're good.
This day and age, there's not as much cowboy work to be doing where you get a rope. Most guys are running around on four-wheelers and motorcycles or back their pickup trucks and this and that. Sure enough, there's still guys we're hanging out with that are riding every day. That's not necessarily the case all the time. So this gives us all a chance to enjoy learning a skill and getting better and better at it. And a lot of times when folks come, they'll be right off the bat, this ain't the way we do it out on the ranch. Well, that's fine. Most ranches really don't do it the right way anymore anyways. So if you're on one, bless you, man, you're lucky, and stay there because you might get to somewhere where you got to use a four-wheeler. But the fact is that this is a skill, and we could be interviewing maybe 4 or 5 dozen guys right here that have learned this skill that didn't know it. We'd watched them get better and better and get to where they can do more and more. And it's one of them things that the more you work at it, the better you become. Roping really is about probably, it's got to be at least 50 to 60% horsemanship, and then maybe 30% cattle handling, and the last 20% that most people work on them all the time is how to throw a loop at a dummy. But the best ropers are great horsemen, and it's just the partnership of the horse and the cowboy together, and being able to work together, and that horse to know and put you in the right position. Time after time after time, when I'm roping, my horse will fill in for me and get me where I need to be, and not get me where I don't need to be. I put my horse in the right position, he naturally gets there and stays. He doesn't look for somewhere else to go. And it really makes a ton of difference with how good you are. So it can't be something you just work on one facet. You got to work on all those things, and you got to work on yourself. There's a lot of mental management to it. There's a lot of working on having the right kind of attitude. The best ropers are quiet ropers. The best ropers, the guys that I love watching, and you used to be able to see it. You see it anytime you go to a weekend roping or a roping where guys come from all over. You'll see guys that make it look like it's a dance, and they're leading the dance, and they respond versus react, and they're in charge. They're offensive ropers and not defensive ropers. And I tell you what, years ago I watched Martin Black and Dave Weaver and Richard Caldwell, and I can name off another bunch of guys that were at the Californios. Just thinking about Frank Dominguez right now and those guys, and they would White Hill, and they would ride out there and they would command the arena, and it was the most beautiful thing you'd ever want to watch, is those guys being in charge of their horses and the cattle, and they moved off each other and knew who was going to do what, and they made it look as absolutely pretty as any piece of art you'd ever want to see. And that's what I always strive to rope like, and I'd hope people that learn from me strive to be that way also. So, if you need something to test your skills, to stress you out, to beat some fears, to do something new, try ranch roping. There's nothing like it, and it'll only take you about 10 years, 10,000 hours. So get started today.